Hi guys! In this video I'm going to show you a procedure to draw this shower plate step by step. To download this drawing with the measurements, click on the link in the description of the video and it will be easier to follow this tutorial. Let's start. So the first thing I'm going to draw is the external border. I'm going to type REC to activate the command rectangle. Now I click for entering the first point, and then I have to specify the coordinates of the opposite corner. First, I type the distance in the x-axis, which is 900 millimeters. Then I press Tab, and finally I type for the y-axis, which is again 900 because this is a square. Next step, I'm going to draw the two concentric squares I show you here. And for that, I will use the command offset. I am going to type O to activate the command offset. Then I have to specify the offset distance, which it is 20. Now I press enter. I click in the first rectangle and then click inside of it. Then it remains another polyline. Remember that rectangles are still considered polylines. So I will click in the last object that I created. And because my offset distance now is 50, I will type 50 and press enter. Now you can notice that the corners here are rounded. So to do it, I will activate the command fillet. The icon is over there. Then if you look to the command bar, you can see this option here that says polyline. You type P and press enter to activate it. And by doing that, it will round all the edges of a polyline. But it's important to specify the radius of the arcs. So I type R for radius. At this moment it was specified as 70 millimeters. And I'm going to type 50 to change it. And finally, I have to click in the polyline to round the corners. So I just need to keep drawing, and here you can use a bit of freestyle, because what you draw inside the objects doesn't matter a lot when you are drawing furniture. Now we will continue with this circle at the left bottom corner. Its center is located at 80 millimeters from the sides, and if I use the grid to help me, where the edges of each small square measure 10, I can know that it's this point. Then, as the radius of the circle is 50, I can click now. Then the lines, this is just decoration. I will type L to activate the command line. The first point, I can place it again as 80 millimeters from the side. And then I will type 500 to be with this measure. Now I type escape. For drawing the horizontal line, I will be using a simple technique with the command rotate. I select the line, press enter. Now, as I want to rotate it around the center of the circle, I will click there. And then, because I want to keep the original line, I will type C for copy. And I am going to place it here. I click, and that's it. For the diagonal line, I activate the command line again. Just click wherever you want, it's freestyle. I click for example here. But now I am going to show you how to create a 45-degree line very easily. Go to the polar mode icon, click with the right button, and you can tick here which angles you want to track. I choose this option to track also the 45 degrees. Then I return to the drawing. And here you can see that the 45 degrees is now tracked with the green line appearing here. I'm going to click anywhere along the line and I can press escape. Finally, I also draw a detail inside the circle, which is the drain. You can see it here in the final drawing. I'm going to activate the command circle. Click on the center of the first circle, and for this one I will draw it smaller, for example with radius 20. And I click. Then for the lines inside, I activate command line, click in the center, and the first line I will draw it with 45 degrees. Also, you may notice that I am in a very high zoom and it's getting hard to move the pointer. When this happens, I can switch off the snap mode for a moment by clicking here, so it's much easier to move around, and I can click in this O snap point for the intersection with the circle. Next, I will use the command line again and do the same but for the other side. To draw the same lines down, I can use this time the command mirror. I select the lines, press enter. I select the center and I draw a horizontal mirror line to place them below. After clicking, I press enter. Okay, so it was everything in this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't done it yet, subscribe my channel to watch all the other tutorials in Autocad so they can be very useful for you. Thank you again and see you in the next video.